Okay, hi everyone. Hi. Okay, I'm just going to check if everything's working. If you guys can see my screen clearly, if you... Hi, testing. Hi, testing. Okay, everything's working. Okay, cool. Once again, hi everyone. Welcome to today's webinar brought to you by IC Markets. Today's live training session, it's the 11th of August. Please ignore the title. I know the title says 18th of August. Yeah, just ignore the title. I think we're like 1 week in advance for the titles, but it's okay. IC Markets will get it sorted on. But anyway, today's webinar is just for the 11th. It doesn't really matter. The content will still be the same. Okay, so yeah, can someone just say hi in the chat box so that I know that the chat is working, everything's working fine. Okay, seems like everything is working fine. I'm just gonna move on. Okay, cool. So before we continue, as usual, I need to go through the disclaimer. I'm gonna stay here for a minute, but so that you guys can read through. Hi, Buddha. Hi, Buddha Lama. Hi, I'm gonna stay here for a minute so you guys can read through, but basically the whole point of this disclaimer is to remind you guys that this webinar is purely educational. Okay, it's 100% educational. It should not be construed as trading advice. It should not be construed as any form of investment advice. Okay? The whole point of IC Markets doing this webinar is basically to get like a professional trader to come on to share their style of analysis, which is exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm just coming on. Hi, AJ. I'm just coming on here sharing my style of trading, how I usually come up with my setups, how I usually come up with my trades. Okay, just a reminder that everyone trades differently. So whatever I'm sharing with you guys today is just my style and my strategy of trading. So yeah, it's just basically an opportunity to learn from different kinds of traders out there, and the whole point is to help you guys get to the next level in trading. Okay, risk warning: trading forex and CFDs carry significant risk and is not suitable for everyone. You may lose more than you want to, so please only trade or invest anything that you can afford to lose. Do not go and like get a loan, do not borrow to trade. Okay, please just trade whatever you can afford to lose. Okay, cool. I'm going to continue by introducing your host, which is myself. My name is Cassandra. You guys can call me Cass. For those who already know me, I mean, most of you already know me. A lot of you here are regulars. I am an investment analyst and a prop trader. So, as an investment analyst at Everest Fortune Group, we are the finalists for the best forex and best equity research for multiple years running. Basically, what we do is a lot of like forecasting, a lot of research, and a lot of back testing of just to kind of see where the markets are going. We also churn out a lot of materials on, yeah, basically where we think the markets are going. Okay, and as a prop trader, I'm basically funded. I basically passed a few tests that got me fundings. To pass this test, you need to do 10% profits within a month. I mean, that was my time. Okay, I'm not sure about now, but during my time, it was 10% profit within a month. I've done that multiple times. Nowadays, it's a lot more lenient. They don't do that 30 days thing anymore. So I had to do the 10% within 30 days, and I've done that. Now I'm taking more tests, and it's not in 30 days. It's just as long as you do 10%, you immediately get funded. Okay, so now our agenda for today is, as usual, key approaches, cheat sheet checklist that I'm going to go through in a while, and we're going to go to the charts and then we're going to trade. I mean, I'm going to show you guys how I usually come up with my analysis. Okay, we're not going to trade. I'm not going to tell you guys, okay, get in here now. That's not how it works. Okay, I'm just showing you guys how I usually come up with my analysis and how I come up with my chain of thoughts when it comes to trading. Okay, so are there any horizontal levels? This is a cheat sheet. This is what I'm going to go through. Are there any horizontal levels like pullbacks, overlaps, swing highs and swing lows? This is what I usually look for. Are there any trend lines or channels? This is what I need to look for to identify trend. Okay, so for a trend line, you need minimal 3 touches. For a channel, you need 2 on the top and 2 at the bottom. Are there any chart patterns? Are there any death or golden crosses? Natural moving average, stochastics, RSI, correlations, and then we decide whether we want to go for a reversal or a breakout. Again, I usually go for reversals. I don't really trade the breakout, reason being because when it's a breakout, right? When it's a breakout, you know how it breaks out and then comes and pull back and retest sometimes. I did back testing on that and I find that it doesn't really it's not very consistent. The retest doesn't happen every time at the breakout, so it's not very consistent. So for me personally, I like to play reversals rather than breakouts. Okay, that means I like to find where the swing highs and swing lows end within trend, and then I get in for a sell or buy during those periods. Okay, other than that, the thing that I use is stochastics and RSI, where I basically use it to see if there's divergences or whether it has reached a support resistance level. And when I say correlations, I mean like if you are trading any US dollars pair, for example, you're trading EUR USD, you want to see if DXY is going up or down, because then that will correlate to your analysis to EUR USD. And then for example, if oil is going up in prices, usually the Canadian dollars will go up as well. If New Zealand dollars is going up, usually Australian dollars will also go up, okay, because they're quite correlated, okay. So, oh yeah, other examples is like gold and crypto. So if gold is going down, usually crypto is going up. If crypto is going up, usually gold is going, oh sorry, usually if crypto is going down, usually crypto is going up. Why is there a correlation or inversely correlated? Is because, hey Jamilu, it's because crypto is a risky asset. So if price is going up in the risky assets, usually the safe haven assets like gold would be going down. Okay, so that's basically the gist of it, of how I usually trade. There's one more thing that I use for trading, but I didn't keep it in this list because it depends on the charts I'm going for. So I use a lot of Elliott wave as well, and I didn't keep it in this list because Elliott wave is a totally different strategy and a totally different ball game that will require a different list. So I didn't put that there, but I will show you guys how I do analysis. I think most of you here are regulars and you guys kind of have a rough idea how to use Elliott wave anyways. Okay, so thank you for sitting through my introduction. I'm gonna pull out the charts. Give me a moment. Okay, cool. So I do want to do analysis on Ethereum today. Sorry, I need to get rid of some stuff so that I can see the chat box. Just need to see that you guys are talking to me. Okay, there you go. Okay, so I do want to do analysis on Ethereum today because I am planning to get out of my Ethereum eventually, very soon. I'm planning to get on my Ethereum at 4,000 plus. I just need to know where exactly. I'm currently in a buy from 1,002. The next one, sorry. The next one will be gold, EUR USD. Let's do IC market. Okay, so whenever you guys are doing analysis on TradingView, please do, oh, okay. This sell did not work out. Anyways, I didn't get into this sell. I still think it's a sell, to be honest. We can reanalyze this in a while. Oh, hold on. Am I still in this trade? I think I... Give me a moment. Okay, no. Okay, cool. Yeah, so we're gonna do one cryptocurrency pair, one forex pair, and one commodity. So USD, XAU USD, and if we have time, okay, XAU USD is coming to an end already. It looks like it's coming to an end soon with the triangle. And if we have time, we'll do one non-USD forex pair. So GBP, JPY. One non-USD forex pair. And whenever you guys are looking at trading you, please remember to use IC market so that your spreads are the same. Okay? Use IC market so that your spreads are the same. Okay, cool. Let's do Ethereum first. I am in a buy for this for the longest time. So I'm just gonna give you guys an analysis on that so that you guys can also look at this if you want to. What's happening? Okay, cool. Let's see where the markets are going to. So for Ethereum, I basically think let's do a quick analysis for Ethereum. So again, I have different styles of trading for Ethereum and gold, right? For Ethereum and gold, my style of trading is to use Elliott wave. For EURUSD and GBP JPY, which is basically a forex pairs. For forex pairs, I use price action, support resistance, just your usual stuff. Okay, now your very basic stuff to get my analysis. Okay, so I'm gonna do this 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, this is my analysis for. I'm gonna do a very quick analysis on Ethereum 1, 2, 3. And then we're starting with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 again. Where is it? There you go. 1. Okay, I think this is 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, and 5. Yep, this is still correct. Followed by A, B, C. For those who don't know what I'm doing, don't worry. You do need to master the Elliott wave to know what I'm doing. Okay, now what I think is happening is we are at the 1, 2, and then 3. Okay, so there are rules when it comes to Elliott wave. There are rules when it comes to Elliott wave. The first rule, not rules, but guidelines. So guideline means that it doesn't happen all the time, but it happens most of the time. Okay, these are the guidelines. Doesn't happen all the time, but it happens most of the time. Okay, so the guideline for Elliott wave is that wave 3 usually ends at 1.618 of wave 1. So I'm gonna pull out this to see where 1.618 ends, and it should end at 4 point, so wave 3 should end somewhere here, okay, which is soon. And then we've got a wave 4, and wave 4 usually ends 23% or 38% of wave 3. So wave 4 is going to end somewhere here, more likely here, and then we've got a wave 5. Okay, so this is what I think is going to happen for Ethereum. Okay, so basically I think we are on an uptrend. Okay, so I'm going to do 2 analysis on Ethereum. The first one will be Elliott wave. This is the confluence I'm talking about. Okay, so based on Elliott wave right now, roughly my target point is 4.58. 4.58. Okay, but I'm not gonna aim for 4.58. I'm gonna see where else. Okay, so I know it's a buy. Now I'm gonna go to the smaller time frames. One. Give me a moment, guys. Okay, one. One, two. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we could be in the last leg. Or it's either 1, 2. Give me a moment. Sorry, guys. Okay, I basically think this is wave 3, right? So I am happy and confident that we are in an uptrend right now. So, I mean, if you guys zoom out on Ethereum, it's clearly moving in an uptrend, right? So if we're doing two different kinds of analysis, okay, the first one is Elliott wave, currently in wave 3. Okay, so if we're talking about just normal price action, it is moving in an uptrend. Okay, I'm just gonna list down all my observations. It is moving in an uptrend. Okay, so everything is aligning that it is going up and I want to look for a buy. Okay, I am currently already in a buy from 1,200, really far away, but now that I'm talking about like day trading and scalping, I just want to see if I can get into like other opportunities. Okay, so I now have an idea that is up. I want to look for my buy entry. So the end goal again is 4.585. This is my end goal. 4.585. Right now, I'm just looking for opportunities to get in for a scalping or a day trading buy for Ethereum. I don't know if I can find anything, but let me try. Okay, the charts are not looking amazing structurally. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Give me a moment, guys. Sorry. I just need to see if this is accurate. Okay, I guess that counts. Okay. I'm gonna try to find the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 within wave 3. 1, 2. I'm guessing this is a 3, 4, and then now we are probably in the 5. If it doesn't look very correct, it's okay. This could be a 2.36, 2.618, or 3.618. Okay, yeah, 3.618. Because sometimes Elliott wave does a very extended, it does a very extended, so this could be a very extended version, and this should be a 23.6 or 38.2. Okay, yeah. So it meets all the requirements, and then we're here. So meets all the requirements. Okay, cool. So now I want to find wave 1, 2, 3, 4. This is good. 1, 2, 3. Then it should do a 4 and then a 5. Okay, it should do a 4. I just want to confirm I'm on the right wave count. So far, so good. Looking like I am on the correct wave count. Give me a moment, guys. Just trying to find the entry. Okay. price pulls back right now, right? I want it to at least minimally pull back to somewhere around this box, this red box, and this is where I'm gonna enter for a buy. Okay, this is my zone. This is my buy zone. This is my buy zone. I'm trying to see like structurally if there's anything. I really don't see anything at all. I don't see any support and resistance, nothing nearby. Like really nearby, there's nothing. Let's see if this aligns with anything. Nope, that's too far away. Let's see if this aligns with anything. I mean, yeah, that was the last swing high. Yep, those were the last zones. Okay. Somewhere within this pink zone, I think is the buy entry for Ethereum. Somewhere within this pink zone. Okay, so again, my end target is 4.5, but if price pulls back to somewhere here, this is your opportunity to play it to the 4.5. Okay, that's the opportunity to play it to the 4.5. So to come up with my analysis for Ethereum, right? To come up with my analysis Ethereum, somewhere within this pink box, I'm not sure where because the zone is too big. More likely it's gonna be somewhere within that pink box, but more likely gonna be within this 23.6% to this 38.2%. This is the highest probability for the buy in my point of view. Okay, this is the highest probability for the buy, this blue zone here. If price pulls back here, okay, if price pulls back here, then I can foresee it doing this. Okay, I can foresee it doing this. If price does not pull back, it means that it's going to continue up. Why is there a chance that price did not pull back? Because there could also be a chance that price already, you see this? Price already did that pullback and now is going up to this 5 wave. Okay, there is a chance that's happening. Okay, so this is the best case scenario is that it pulls back to this zone. If it doesn't pull back, it means that it already happened. Okay, let me have a look at this. If that already happened, there is a possibility that the hold up. There is a possibility that's only gonna retest here. Okay, where the 50% and the 61.8% is. And then it'll continue with the uptrend. Okay, so this is my outlook on Ethereum. I'm definitely biased that it's a buy. Okay, strong bias for buy. Okay, entry is either the pullback will either be here. Okay, actually, if it's here, it would make more sense, right? It would make more sense because then it's forming the upwards trend. Okay, this would make more sense, to be honest. It would do this. Or it's going to be here. Okay, so if it's this one, I don't know. I feel like it already happened, so it could just be this first or second is your possible buy entry. Okay, so let me go to like the even smaller time frame because structurally it's not really giving me much, so it's really hard to tell. 4 and then 5. So this could be, it could be 1, 2, 3. We are right now on the 4, and then continuation for the 5. Give me a moment. Yeah, this is a wrong wave count. This is a wrong wave count. So if you guys know the rules of Elliott wave, you know that zone 4 cannot touch 1. So this is a wrong wave count. This is definitely the wrong wave count. Okay, sorry, I take it back. I don't think it's gonna be here. I think it's most likely gonna be in this blue zone. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the bigger time frame. Okay, so what I think is gonna happen is there's a very slim chance that price will reverse right now. Okay, but more likely I think price is gonna pull back to here, and then you can continue for a buy. Okay, so the setup will look something like this. I know my take profit is gonna be here. I just put it right below my end target. So I'm not gonna aim for the highest, obviously, because that's so risky. So I'm gonna aim for like 4 point, like somewhere below it. Okay, just below. My entry is gonna be, if it pulls back to here, great. If it doesn't, then this trade is just, it's just gone. Okay, it's just, we don't have to force a trade. We do not have to force a trade. Okay, so either this is the entry or this is the entry, which whatever it is, this is the end goal. Okay, so if this is the entry, this will be your stop loss. If this is the entry, then your stop loss is going to be here. Okay, so they should give you a really good trade. 1 to 5, 1 to 4.5, or we're looking at 1 to 10 or 1 to 5, depending on where you put your stop loss. Okay, but basically that is the gist for ETH USD. This is what I think is going to happen for ETH USD. Okay, to be very clear, let's just, I'm going to give like my clear. This is the end goal. Entry could either be here or somewhere along here. Okay, here or somewhere along here. So yeah, that's my analysis for ETH USD. Let me pull out the next chart, which is EUR USD. Okay, EUR USD. I got in a buy entry actually, despite my analysis. I got in a buy entry somewhere around here because I saw the break of structure. When I got in, I saw the break of structure happening here. Why is my pen not working? Okay, so I saw the break of structure happening then. I thought I just want to quickly get in on that buy. Okay, again, that's not my usual style of trading. I just so happened to be on the chart when that happened. Okay, my take profit is supposed to be somewhere around here. Okay, it has not reached my take profit. It might have missed my take profit actually, and looks like it's reversing or it's just consolidating. Okay, so my next zone, I still think, okay, ETH USD has a chance of being a sell. Okay, has a chance of being a sell. So it could be this is a trend line breakout. Okay, this is the trend line breakout. And then now it's coming to pull back and retest that zone. So I'm expecting it to come and retest this trend line. Trend line breakout. Okay, this is something I've done back testing on. So I noticed, I don't know how many times I did the back testing, I did a lot of times, but when there's a breakout, usually price tends to come back. Price tends to come back and then reverse here. Okay, price tends to come back, breakout, trend line, breakout, pull back, and then continue in that direction. Okay, this is what I noticed when I've did backtesting in the past. So I'm a little bit more biased of EUR/USD doing that trend line breakout pullback movement. So somewhere around here, I'm thinking there's gonna be a sell. Okay, there's gonna be a sell off somewhere around here where it's approaching the trend line. Although trend lines don't hold a lot of structural value. Okay, trend lines don't hold a lot of structural value, but I have done back testing on this before, and I just think that there's a possibility. It also depends on how you draw the trend line, right? So if I draw it a certain way, technically the pullback has been done. Okay, technically the pullback is done already, or going to be done. Okay, so I'm just going to pull out structure, support and resistance, because that's how I usually trade with EUR/USD, and then see if something that makes sense comes up. Okay, so there is not the best structure. I don't love this, but it is what it is. Okay, I don't love this, but I think it's a possibility this is what's gonna happen. Okay, give me a sec to adjust it to a better looking. Okay, so this is where this blue line, blue zone here is where a lot of things meets. I mean, clearly you can see this is where the trend line meets. So the trend line breakout pullback will happen. It looks like it's going to happen here. This is also where the descending trend line is happening. Okay, this is also where the descending trend line is happening. So technically, if price is going to continue respecting that descending trend line, it's going to do this, right? So there's a lot of confluence happening here. This is a very important zone that you want to focus on, because there's a high chance price is going to come here, somewhere along here, and then just reverse. Yeah, I do think I'm happy with this. Actually, I am happy with this. So I am going to put like a cell somewhere along this blue box. Just a cell somewhere along this blue box. Stop loss is gonna be just above that blue box, because I mean, for price to hit the stop loss, it could just wick, right? It could wick and then continue down. But that's one thing I love about EUR/USD, is that EUR/USD is a very good chart, a good pair to trade, because it respects like charts a lot. It respects like zones, and respects like trend lines, and respects just the action on its own, like chart action on its own, very well. So a lot of times it's not like gold. You notice that gold, like there's a lot of wicking. You see how big the wicks are, like how long the wicks are. Like with gold, sometimes you can be correct and still get it wrong, because gold wicks so much, it will just wick you up, right? It'll just wick you up. So With EUR/USD, I find that the wicks are not that bad and chances of it wicking you out is a bit lower. So I think it's gonna come, this zone is an important zone to take note of. If that happens, it's a good sell zone, stop loss being here, and take profit being maybe just at this swing low, the last swing low. Right, I mean the take profit you can aim, because if we're looking at a bigger picture, right, if I go to the daily, technically what's gonna happen is price breaks out, pulls back, and then continue in that direction. So if this analysis is real and it ends up working out, technically it's gonna break out, pull back, and then it's gonna do a very huge drop, right? It's gonna do a very huge drop. But I'm thinking just being very conservative, just to be very, very conservative and not, you know, be too greedy, right? You don't want to be too greedy in trading. I'm thinking you can just aim for the next swing low, or at, look, if you want to aim even more, the next swing low. Okay, but I would be very happy to just aim here, because it looks like even just aiming there will give you like a 1 to 6, I think. Yeah, 1 to 5. 1 to 5 trade, and that it's a very healthy risk to reward trade. It's very healthy. Okay, if you want to aim far, it's 1 to 8, but the potential is far. Okay, if the theory works out, right? If this works out, it's gonna be a dump if it works out. But if it doesn't work out and like price comes here and then it just reverses, continue moving up, that means that this trendline breakout pullback has failed the pullback, and price is in fact still on an uptrend. Okay, price is still in fact on an uptrend. Okay, so that's the thing about trading. You're just gonna collect information and data and then decide what you want to do with that information and the data. So I am happy with this. I'm happy with this analysis. My forecast is that it's gonna move to somewhere within this blue box and then reverse. Okay, so that's what I have for EUR/USD. Hopefully it goes there. Let me just pull out some things that I like to use. Yeah, it is on an uptrend, so there's a good chance that it'll get there. There's a good chance it'll get there, but whether it's gonna reverse, I just hope it does. But if it doesn't, that's okay. Right, I cannot force the analysis. Let me see what stochastics is saying on our side, just to see. So the settings for stochastics I usually use is 21, 5, and 3. Yeah, it's not saying a lot. It's basically in the middle of nowhere. Right? It's just the middle of nowhere. Don't really see 8 diversions. Actually, this could be a divergence. Hold on, guys. Yeah, this could be a divergence. I cannot remember, but I remember if I have this cheat sheet. I should really save this photo. Okay, yes. This could be an exaggerated divergence, right? See, so on this the oscillator, you can see that price is moving like just in this straight line here, but on the charts it's going on a downtrend, right? It's going on a downtrend. So just give me, I just need to pull out another one. Yeah, this would be a better one. Okay, if price is, okay, it's the other way around. So if price is going flat and the divergence is going down, it means that it's bearish. But in this case, we've got the divergence showing flat and price going down. So is that a divergence? Let's see. Let's see if there's more. There's more chances of it being a divergence. Oscillator. Okay, oscillator showing straight price going up means that's bearish. Okay, nope, doesn't click any of the boxes, so I think we are good. I don't see any divergences. It'll be good if I see a divergence, to be honest. If I see a divergence, I'll be happy. This is just extra confirmation that price is going down, right? It'll be just very good confirmation that price is going down. Yeah, stochastics not really showing me anything, not really giving me very solid information right now. RSI also, it's basically just saying that price is on a downtrend, right? You see that very slight movement down. It's basically just saying price is on a downtrend. Nothing much. I don't see anything much. If you guys see it, let me know because I might miss it. In case there is a divergence and I don't see it, let me know. Okay, for those who don't know what divergence is, it's basically when the oscillator and the charts are saying different things. Okay, the oscillator is like if price is going up and the oscillator is showing you that it's going down, it means that there's a divergence and it means that it's conflicting and price should be going the other way. Okay, but in this case, I don't really see any divergences, so no reason for me to, yeah, not really giving me information on that. Okay, other than that, I do want to pull out actually DXY to see where DXY is going. So for EUR USD to come here and then do that reverse, that means that DXY needs to go up, okay? Because I am shorting the EUR. I am shorting EUR. That means USD needs to go up. Okay, USD needs to go up. So let's look at DXY. I don't think it's the IC markets one. Yeah, no, I'm just gonna pull out DXY. Okay, so DXY needs to go up for EUR to go down. Okay, let's see what is the DXY saying. Okay, one thing I don't like but doesn't really matter actually is this really long wick. This is a really big rejection. Okay, super duper big rejection. It means that price could not go higher. It's having a lot of difficulty going higher. Okay, but one thing I do like is that right now, if you're focusing on this structure here, price action here, price is moving in an uptrend. Okay, price is moving uptrend. If right now from here price goes up, this will be good because this will align with price going down here. Okay, it will be good because it aligns with price going down here. So is it going up? Sorry guys. And I just want to see what the XY is saying so that we can, its confluence, like this confluence to our. Okay, so similarly, DXY also did a trendline breakout. It's a very clear and obvious one. I don't even see. It's so clear. Okay, possibly starting an uptrend. Okay, I mean it's kind of saying exactly what EUR/USD is saying, right? So technically it comes here, does the retest. See, this is what usually happens. Trendline breakout, pull back and retest the trendline, and then it continues up. Okay, that's what I'm expecting EUR/USD to do as well. Trendline breakout, pull back, and then here a retest. Like trend continuation. Okay, so far it looks like the chart says agreeing with the analysis. It just looks like that. Price is going sideways, so Ichimoku won't really work. That means if stochastics is showing that it's an uptrend, then I'll be very happy with that. 21, 5, and 3. It's basically the same information as EURUSD. Okay, I'm very happy with this, okay, because although it's not very clear, right, it's not very clean, the charts are not very clean, it is still meeting a requirement of it being on an uptrend, okay? Even if it pulls back a little bit more, it respects this trend line and then continue up, that will be good, because then that will be the same as we needing price to go up here a little bit more before reversing. Okay, so I'm happy with this analysis. Actually, I'm actually quite happy with this analysis. This is one trade that I personally will get in on. Okay, I will most likely get in on this analysis in this setup. If price gets here, I'm just gonna observe and see what it does. If it's like a very weak, like you can see it going sideways, it's weak, it means that it cannot really break through. I will take that as a good sign to go in for a sell, and then I'm gonna look for, again, as usual, the reversal pattern candlesticks. Okay, I will take this as a good sign to get in and sell. Okay, so other than that, I am quite happy with this EUR. So what I've got right now is Ethereum being a buy, EUR USD being a sell. Okay, let's go look at other things. Let's go look at XAU USD and see what it's doing. XAU USD, I'm just been waiting for it to get out of this triangle, right? Look how beautiful. The last time I met you guys was last Monday, right? So last Monday, price was here. Price was here last Monday, and I said that price is gonna most likely move in this triangle, and it did. It's moving very nicely in this triangle. Okay, it's moving very, very nicely in this triangle. So let's redo this again. Okay, so for those who have not been following, let me just quickly do this analysis one more time so that you are up to speed with what I think is happening. So what I think is happening with gold is that this is a W, X, and Y. Okay, so W, X, this is a Elliott wave kind of setup, okay? And then we've got a Y. Okay, so the structure for W is always, it's a B, C, then you've got a B, and then C, and then followed by a B, C, D, and then E, and then you're done. After this A, B, C, D, E is done, this is when the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 will start and continue with the uptrend or whatever it is it's doing. So I think A, B, C, D, E is not done yet. How do I know it's an A, B, C, D, E? Because A, B, C, D, E likes to move within a triangle, which gold is doing right now. Okay, it likes to move in a triangle. Gold has been moving in this triangle for a while. I mean, ideally, it should be touching the end of the triangle, ideally, but it doesn't 100% have to. As long as it's doing that structure, it's good enough. Okay, so even if it ends here right now, it is still doing that triangle structure, and that's good enough. Okay, that's good enough. But what I think is going to happen is probably this D has not ended. Okay, I think this D has not ended because most of the time it would want to touch the trend line. Okay, most of the time it will want to touch the trend line. Also because it looks weird, right? Because A, B, and C is kind of spread out, and then you have this really cramped up D. So what I think is more likely happening right now is D has not completed, and like price is gonna try to do this. Okay, that's just my thoughts. Anyways, I am not trading gold. I see this analysis. I'm not trading gold. There's a reason I'm not trading gold, because the safest place to trade Elliott wave is never wave 4. Okay, wave 4 is the most dangerous place to trade. So this entire structure here is wave 4. After wave 4 is done, that's where price is gonna continue with wave 5, and then wave 5 will start with 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, 1 usually happening here. It will probably do a breakout and then come and retest the trend line, and then continue with 3 4 and 5. Okay, so this is what I think is going to happen for gold. I think maybe wrong. D is not completed yet. That means that there's still a little bit of room for D to go up to this trend line here. And then from here, then we'll start to see a drop to the other side of the trend line. And then once it touches the other side of the trend line, we're going to start to see a 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, just giving my analysis. I am not getting into gold. Okay, I am not getting into gold, just giving my analysis. I did tell you guys the same thing last week on Monday. So when price was here last Monday, I did say that I think price is going to continue moving in this triangle, and it is nicely moving. So if you were feeling adventurous and you actually got in here last Monday, you should be well in profit, and then now price is at your entry. Okay, you should have been well in profit. That's a very good move, 60 points. Okay, that's a very good move. If I'm trading on my kind of lot size, I would have made at least $6,000 on that trade, but I did not get on this trade because I do not want to trade the wave 4. I did try to trade the wave 4 earlier on, and I got burned. Why is wave 4 so dangerous to trade for Elliott wave? It's because wave 4 has too many variations. Wave 4 has too many variations. This one, A, B, C, D, E could even be wrong. Okay, so let me just show you guys. Wave 4 can look like this, it could look like this, it could look like this, it could look like, there's so many things that wave 4 can look like. That's why it is best to not trade. It could look like this, it could look like this. There's so many patterns. Okay, what I think it is yeah, W, X, and Y. I think it's a W, X, and Y. This could be a double tree, this could be a triple tree. So even though actually this could be a double tree. Okay, anyways, if this is a double tree, this can end up not being a A, B, C, D, E. It could also end up being a A, B, C, or this could end up being a A, B, and then a C. Okay, there's too many variations for wave 4, so it's best not to trade it. If you're trading wave 1, 3, and 5, there's only one variation. 1, 3, and 5 only moves one way, which is basically like this. It can only move this way. There's no other patterns for 1, 2, 3, and 1, 3, and 5. 1, 3, and 5 are impulsive waves. 1, 3, and 5 only moves like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the only way it moves. Okay, with 3 rules in hand. The 4 cannot pass 1, so the 4 has to be above 1. 2 cannot pass 0, so 2 is just above the start of here. And 3 needs to be the longest wave. Okay, 3 needs to be the longest wave. That is the 3 rules for Elliott wave. That's why it's so good to trade 1, 3, and 5. Wave 4 looks tempting, but do not get in. Wave 4 is known to be the most boring wave, and it is the wave that is the wave that shakes off traders. It is known to be the wave that shakes off traders because it keeps changing in patterns. So initially, if you guys have been following me from the start of when I was analyzing gold, you know that I initially started thinking that this was A, B, and then C, but then it didn't work out. So then I thought it was A, B, C, D, E. I thought this was A, B, C, D, E. Okay, that's what I thought. And then it didn't work out as well. Okay, why this cannot be a B, C, D, E? Because A, B, C, D, E must move in a triangle. Okay, must move in a triangle. So if we're talking about triangle, the triangle has broken on this side. Okay, it has broken on this side, so it's not working out. So now my last analysis is I think that it's a W, X, and Y. X and then Y. Y can end here or it can end here. Okay, there's many variations to W, X, and Y. It could end here, it could end here, or it could end here. So it could end beyond the W, it could end right before the W, or it can end middle where it's doing a B, C, D, E. I'm not gonna try to figure it out. That's why I'm not gonna trade this. Okay, it is too risky to trade this, so I'm just gonna stay out. What I'm gonna do is wait for a very clear signal for wave 5. I'm gonna wait for a very clear signal of wave 5, and then I get in either at 2 to play the 3, or I try to get in if I can catch the start of wave 1. Okay, whatever it is, I'm not going to try to play the 4, even if I may be correct. Even if I may be correct, I'm not going to try to play the 4 because it is too risky. Too many things can happen. Okay, so again, I think 4 is not done. I personally think 4 is not done. And then you're going to start with E. And then if this time I'm correct, then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry. It should be 1, a break of the trend line. 2 should be the test of the trend line. 3, 4, and then 5. Okay, so that's my analysis for XAUUSD. Think it is an uptrend, but right now price is consolidating. I think XAUUSD is definitely an uptrend, right? It is definitely moving in an uptrend. It's just that right now here price is consolidating, and once it is done consolidating, it will continue with that uptrend. Based on what I'm seeing, it could continue to consolidate anytime from now up to October. Okay, so I think gold is gonna keep going sideways and keep consolidating somewhere from now up to October to somewhere to end of the year. And then finally, when it reaches the end of the triangle, that's when it's gonna break out. So it could end anytime from September to December, actually. Anytime from September to December. But basically I am 95% confident that we are in a wave 4. This is a wave 4. I'm 95% confident that this is a wave 4. It's gonna end, and then we're gonna start a wave 5, and then that's where we go in for all the buys. Okay, that's where we focus on all the buys. Right now, just to be safe, do not get in. Okay, last analysis. Are we looking at another trendline breakout pullback? Are we looking at another one? Very, very clean uptrend. This could be a trendline breakout pullback. This could be a trendline breakout. It's very clean structure, actually. It could be a trendline breakout pullback to here and then continue the downtrend, or this could just be like a fake out. This could be a fake out and then price continues up. I mean, seeing on how many lows that it has broken. Hold on. Yeah, so for this, what I want to see is price just testing this zone here. If it doesn't break this trend line back to the upside, I think we should be good for a downtrend. Okay, I think we should be good for a downtrend. Yeah. To give a very rough analysis, this is time is up, so I'm just gonna do a very fast one. Okay, to be a very rough analysis, I think the sell's gonna be somewhere here. Stop loss is gonna be somewhere here. And then you can play this really like conservatively just to here, if not back to the start of this trend. Because if you look at structure, it is going sideways. It is going sideways, right? So you can see price is going sideways. So if it's going sideways, technically here is the resistance. Technically here's the resistance, right? And then it's gonna continue moving this rectangle. And then this is the end of the rectangle. Okay, so that's all I have for GBP JPY. I am biased that it's a sell. I'm biased that GBP JPY is a sell. I think this is a buy, but not yet. Not yet. It is a buy, but somewhere between October to December. Okay, a very clean buy. September to December. It's a buy. Right now, it's just going sideways. You guys can play the sideways market if you want. I personally will not do it. Sell for EUR/USD, but it needs to come to this zone first. And buy for Ethereum either here or here. I'm not getting into this Ethereum trade because I already got in at 1,200 years ago. My entry is $1,200. I used Elliott Wave to get this analysis, and I'm finally getting out on Ethereum. I've already made quite a bit of money from this. I'm finally getting out on Ethereum, and I'm planning to get out somewhere along below 4,005. Okay, around 4,005. Okay, so that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Buddha, AJ, Jamilu. I'll see you guys again next week. Take care. Hopefully something works out. Hopefully that EUR/USD works out. I do want it to work out because, yeah, I do want it to work out. Okay, so bye guys. Take care. See you guys soon. Bye.